Cheers then, lad. That's not great, man. Hi guys, welcome to DBFX podcast. I'm here with Ace of Trades, myself, VizFX. We just thought we'd do a visual, yeah. We just thought we'd do a Q&A, just because we get a lot of questions. So we thought we'd just answer them in a video for you. But this is episode 1 of the podcast. I'm saying a lot now because you said keep it more me. God. Yeah, so let's get right into it then. So we've got our Jaeger and Monsters Red Bulls here.
Yes, Jaegers.
Yeah, just well, it's non-alcoholic actually.
It's just a Red Bull, is what it means.
Yeah.
It's
so it might be a little bit
10 a.m.
steaming on this video. Yeah, if you want to get straight into it then, let's get the questions loaded up and we can start answering them. If you don't already follow us on Instagram, then follow us. We can do should we just do DBFX rather than our personals?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just follow us on Instagram on DailyBreadFX, which is it dailybread.fx? It is, isn't it? Yeah, dailybread.fx on Instagram. Give us a follow and just keep up to date with our content. Also,
the light's burning my retinas.
Yeah, we've got a flash on. It's killing our eyes, and we've only done like 30 seconds of recording, so hopefully it's not a long Q&A or a long podcast. But if you guys got any more sort of like video suggestions that you want us to do, whatever you want us to do,
we will be recording some back testing sessions just to go over last week's price on a few pairs.
Yeah.
So they'll be out probably after this video as well. This is more for you to just get to know us as a team rather than more of like a formal video that we'll be doing in the future.
Just general questions that we've asked from you guys on our Instagrams that you want to know.
Can't read them because my retinas are burnt out.
Yeah. It actually is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God, let me have a look. Okay, so this one's you can.
So this one's, do you prefer Elliott or Wyckoff? And they're both like trading methodologies. I'm not too familiar with Elliott. I know it's more of a structural thing, whereas Wyckoff is like accumulation and distribution. We tend to use Wyckoff more, just because it sets up more with obviously supply and demand and smart money concepts when you've got the accumulation and the distribution with the liquidity concepts. So I've never really used Elliott, and I'm not really 100% on exactly what it is, but Wyckoff's something that I've read up on a fair bit. I've got a few books on Wyckoff, but Vision isn't really too sure what either of them are.
No, so I didn't really understand it. Just because
he said Wyckoff.
Wyckoff.
He said what's Wyckoff?
I was like, who's Elliott? But I didn't really understand it. To be honest with you, that's why Ace of Trades answered that question. Plus, I did get that question on my personal, but I just thought that it'd be better for him to answer it. Yeah. Anyway, let's roll on to the next one then.
So this one I think was aimed at you. Who taught you to trade?
Who taught me to trade? I'm going to say really, I learned to trade on my own. Nah, this guy here, Ace of Trades, Owen, my boy, my business partner, taught me to trade from scratch. It hasn't been the easiest of processes, has it?
No, the kid just doesn't listen. He doesn't like being wrong. So
says you.
Yeah,
I don't like being wrong. Come on.
Yeah, but bro, when I'm wrong with a trade, I'll accept you like nah, because I wouldn't have actually took that one.
Yeah, I'm quite. I don't like to be told that I'm wrong. Basically, I try and make excuses, and
he likes to use big words to make it sound like he's right.
Yeah, when I'm trying to explain some like trade that I'm trying to take, or like looking for a setup, I'm like, and he's just like, it just doesn't make sense, and he just sits there laughing at me.
He just throws every big word in he knows, like mitigation, liquidation.
It's just part of the learning process for me. Obviously that will come in time. Ace has had more experience than me, hence why he's taught me. So really, I'm still sort of learning. But obviously, for me to get to the level that I'm at, obviously he's a good teacher, which is why we've actually, done the course and actually tested our strategy, which works, and that we offer it to customers now, like members. So it definitely works. I've learnt off it, and he's been a good teacher, to be fair. How long have you been teaching me for, would you say?
Probably since about July, like November now, so about 4 months.
Yeah.
But it's not been consistent, has it, because of work and stuff?
Yeah, so we've had other priorities and stuff like that, which obviously you have to sort of put first.
Obviously, we're both not full-time traders at the minute. I work like 3 days a week, and I trade 5. I tend to work weekends or try and work weekends on the trade in a week. And I'm doing a challenge at the minute, so
we're both
when I
on a
pass
challenge.
that, then I'll obviously stop working and just do that full time. But I mean, doing the course is just another stream of income, and it's more about helping people as well, because there's so many scam communities that are about. And like, I mean, I've had about 5 or 6 fake accounts made of me since I've made Ace of Trades, and just people trying to scam. So it's about having an affordable community where people are actually going to learn and not doing signals, because signals are only good for.
Yeah, signals are just seen as a scam, really, aren't they? Of like, oh, join my group, here's free signals, but realistically, it's not free because you have to pay. You have to put money into an account and stuff like that. So we just thought we'd build okay, yeah, the trading course you do have to pay for, but it's one of the cheapest.
It's £30 a month.
Yeah, it's one of the
when
cheapest
you compare
around.
it to, I'm going to say, things like Phantom, which is
$150
$150
firing shots already.
$150 a month. Okay, they're probably, I mean, I learned off Phantom, but when it was $60 a month. So they are an elite team, and they know what they're doing. But for $150 a month, compared to ours, which is about $45 a month.
Yeah.
And you get the same knowledge I learnt off Phantom, so it's exactly the same sort of stuff. The only advantage that you might have in Phantom is there's 5 or 6 coaches that put out trade recaps and market recaps, whereas there's only me really at the minute that's doing that.
Yeah.
But in the future we will look to add more coaches, and maybe some of the ex-Phantom coaches we'll see about that as well.
Yeah. Well, we're looking to be one of the best in the industry. Obviously, that's what you aim for.
But it's about building a reputation.
Exactly. I mean, we've only just started. We are fresh to the game, but we've got the knowledge there. We've got the, social media. We haven't got the social media presence yet, but we are building on that. So, the more people that we can expose these videos to, that's why we're doing YouTube and stuff like that. The more people can join the course and, learn from us, and then the better reviews that we can get. Let me just check I'm recording. Oh my god. Yeah.
I can't remember you pressing record.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, go on, next question then.
The next one is, how much % do you make a month? It varies. So I'll share my P&L calendar in the Discord, I think either yesterday or Friday. October I made about 8%, which isn't great. It's not as good as like July. September was a bit of a shitty month as well. But it just happens, I'm trying not to rush as many trades as I was, because I used to take a fair amount of losses when I was getting in stupid places. I need to see, a certain amount of steps to fit my plan before I enter trades. So I'm being a bit more cautious, which I'm losing less trades, and I'm actually making more percent as well. So it is working. It just involves a lot more patience.
Yeah.
So I put that in the group the other day, and Vision doesn't really take many trades at the minute. What he takes, what I take.
Just because I'm not on the level yet to go off on my own, because basically doing like the challenges on FTMO and stuff, I did just go on my own and like take my own trades, and it just wasn't working out for me. So I thought, why not just work together, stick to the same trades, especially doing this challenge. It's going to be more beneficial for me, especially to sort of work with Owen and take the same trades and like work together. We're on Discord daily to each other.
Vision's got a habit of just entering at every single POI that he sees as well, or he used to anyway.
So obviously with the trading plan, we mark through high probability POIs and stuff like that. We're not going to go through the trading plan because it's top secret.
It is in the Discord though.
Yeah, is it?
Or some of it is.
Yeah.
And it's on the course, so
So if you want to sign up to the course and see our trading plan, or join the Discord, then you're more than welcome to. We'll put the links in the description anyway. The Discord's free to join. We're just building a Forex community for people to join and share their trade ideas. For the course, obviously you pay monthly for that, but it's definitely worth it getting onto them too.
Some of the people that are trading the same strategies as they're in the Discord make a lot more percent as well. I won't mention any names, but one of the guys that's in the Discord is a fucking sick trader, makes like 30 odd grand a week, and one of them made like 200% on his account in the past few weeks as well. Just trading this strategy. Obviously, if they've got more time to trade, then they'll get more setups, and everyone has a slightly different plan, and you only work with what fits your plan. Some people like to put more risk on the table. I like to be a bit more conservative and less aggressive, but obviously the more aggressive traders will put more risk on and get more reward. But I just like to preserve capital and not make any stupid.
It's all about being consistent as well. If you're too aggressive, you're just gonna. You're not going to be very consistent with it, and you're going to end up blowing your account. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about managing your risk and just being sensible really when it comes to trading, because the last thing you want to do is just blow your account and just be back to square one doing the challenge again. So I think we are cautious.
But if you do that, it's not the end of the world, because it is only a challenge. It's only a few £100. It's not it's not the end of the world. You can just take it again. So don't get yourself psyched out if you are down on a challenge, basically. The next question is, what happened to the other coach at DBFX?
Bit of sauce.
He had a lot of other work commitments and was working long hours for someone else, whereas me and Vision stopped working full time to be able to do this more often than not. So we'd work more on this than we would for anyone else, and he wasn't able to do that, and therefore wasn't putting the workload in. I mean, I had about 5 hours more content than him on the course. It's not obviously about the length of content you've got, but the work just wasn't there, and we just kept having petty arguments about things that needed to be done that weren't being done. So I just decided that it wasn't going to work. Because
especially when you're a coach and you're represented as a coach, you need to be there and active to be a coach for, let's say, the Discord members, or to make videos for the course, which you did do, but then to make content,
like
it just
Instagram marketing.
Yeah, it just wasn't as active in that role. So really, for him to be a coach,
it's sort of not his fault, because he had other work commitments,
which is fair enough. Some people do, but obviously to be a coach, you need more or less your full attention to be.
We made sacrifices. I still live with my parents, so I haven't got many bills to pay. But Vision lives on his own with a kid, and he stopped working full time and made the sacrifice to.
You got to take the risk sometimes, and obviously I know different people have different circumstances.
That's enough for that one anyway. We'll
we don't want to cause any more drama, but there's no drama anymore. There's no drama in it anyway. It's just it is what it is. Yeah, not anymore. But, next question.
It's the next one. Who or what got you into Forex trading? So, I started doing like sort of support and resistance probably 2 years ago, and then I found out about supply and demand in January just gone, so that's 11 months ago, and I started on the Phantom course, which is one of the people that's in the Discord now. He introduced me to Phantom, and then I just sort of took off from there really. I had a few months off sort of in the summer and just was basically being a little twat and not bothering about anything, but since like at the end of July I've been smashing it pretty consistently and getting my head down with it. So I've been doing supply and demand for like 11 months, but on and off really until about July.
But basically I've been doing the same, sort of answering these questions the same, just because we've been doing it together every day.
You didn't start supply and demand until about
April, I started later. But I remember when we were just in the office.
You didn't see the point at first, did you?
No, in the office upstairs doing the structure. What was it? Support and resistance.
Oh yeah.
We wasn't really focusing our time into it.
And then I started supply and demand, and he was just like, "There's no point in trading; it's not going to go anywhere or whatever." And now he's obviously seen the potential.
Supply and demand is the way. I don't understand traders. Each their own. I don't understand traders that trade support and resistance. There's just not enough confirmation in it for me personally. Supply and demand works better in the markets that we found out anyway from our strategy. So
yeah, I got loads of data on supply and demand. Hundreds of hours, thousands of hours probably. So what do you use to trade? So there's a few things that we use to trade. Obviously I don't know if it means equipment or like software. So obviously we both use a laptop, and I have a screen as well. And then we use MetaTrader 5 at the minute. Sometimes MetaTrader 4 depending on what account we're on. I use Magic Keys. Actually, do you want to grab my Magic Keys?
Yeah, sure. I pressed it then. Take a trade on.
I use Magic Keys, which is obviously a trade assistant, so it's just click of a button, open a trade, move your stop loss and your take profit to wherever you want it to be, and it's just as simple as that. You don't have it yet.
No, but I will be looking to get it, obviously, because when you're trying to rush into a trade, but you see a setup and you've got to get it done. They're just more,
because in the minute he has to work out his lot size, put his pips in for his stop loss and stuff. And put his account size in, and if you're trying to get into a trade really quick,
you're just going to end up. It's going to end up tagging you when you're not going to be able to take the trade. So if you've got that already set with the Magic Keys, then it's just one button, isn't it? So it's just a lot more. Would you say consistent? Yeah.
And the other thing we use is TradingView as well. So TradingView to backtest and do all of our sort of live market analysis and multi-time frame analysis that we obviously put in the Discord every morning. That's all done on TradingView. There's nothing else, no other software that's as good as TradingView to do analysis on, or as easy to use. To be fair, as soon as you got your head around TradingView, it's just
TradingView's the one, isn't
really, really easy. How long
MetaTrader 5 though. So I've recently upgraded what we're recording on now is to a Samsung. I've gone to the dark side, the Android. But obviously I had an iPhone before, but couldn't get MetaTrader 5 on it. So that's one of the main reasons that I upgraded to a Samsung, was because obviously Russia. What was it? Russia decided to.
Because of the MetaTrader app on the App Store, something to do with the Russia-Ukraine war. Apple took it off the App Store, so you can no longer get MetaTrader 4, 5.
That's messed so many people about. I mean, we needed it as well for our challenge that we're doing. We need MetaTrader 5, so it was really a no-brainer for me just to upgrade to a Samsung. But I'm liking it. It's hard to get used to. It's hard to go from an iPhone to an Android, but camera's better. You know, there's MetaTrader 5 on it. There's no really cons, really, to be honest with you.
I mean, Samsung.
iPhone as well. When the new iPhones come out, I don't know whether anyone else experiences this. You start to lose, like, your storage gets full all of a sudden. You know, your apps start to lag. Everything just crashes. Yeah, your battery just goes down massively. So I don't think that happens on a Samsung. I think the iPhone's all to do with the government. You know, like the Illuminati iPhone conspiracy theories. But yeah, that's that.
Next one is how long you've been trading. I think we've answered that. I've been doing Spider-Man like 11 months, but in total like 2 years.
Yeah, about that time. Me obviously a bit less.
How did I get into trading? I was into, well, I had an incident a few years ago, and then I couldn't work for a bit. So I was just looking online at ways to make money online, and it was either Amazon FBA or Forex. I tried Amazon FBA for a bit, and it was just way too complicated, and it's not like Amazon do all the work. You have to label everything yourself.
Saturated
so you have to pack
especially.
You have to make sure every product is in a little clear plastic bag, and then put a barcode on it with a sticky label. So if you've got thousands of products, it's just, you know, a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I decided Forex, and I've just stuck with it ever since, really.
Yeah.
And drop shipping. I did drop shipping for a bit.
Do we want to talk about that? Nah, just basically just a business that didn't work. We both ran it. It kept us going for about a year, but we
kept us going for 18 months.
Yeah.
But we just didn't make any money off it.
Not really, no, not really. There was things that we had to do for it to be a successful business, which just wasn't in our plan, especially with Forex as well.
We'd rather sit and trade than run a business and deal with suppliers and customers, and it's just a lot of work for not as much money as
different countries, trying to get in contact with them in different time zones. It was just too much stress. So,
how did you get into trading?
How did I get into trading? Well, basically,
Ace of Trades.
Yes, again, this guy here, Ace of Trades. Like I said, we were both running a business beforehand, so we were both there, you know, together. So then he introduced it to me, and then basically we just went from there. Him teaching me every day, me learning. It was only really since I started backtesting, which was a few months ago, on TradingView, which I recommend everyone to do. Because I didn't backtest before, so I was just, you know, half-heartedly watching phantom trading courses, videos, and I wasn't really taking anything into it. I wasn't really putting any effort into it. It was only since I started backtesting that I could go over stuff, and then, you know, things became more easier to spot. And we do like daily backtest calls as well, with each other. So it just backtesting just made it a lot easier. But yeah, he got me into Forex trading, and in about a few months it will pay off, innit? Once you pass this challenge,
it's just about, Forex is about just showing up every day and putting in the work. Even just, I mean, you don't even have to get 1% better every day. Just show up and do the work. Make sure that you're either learning something every day, or you can perhaps spotting something that you didn't use to. I mean, just doing your daily markups every single day, you'll get to learn more and more about Forex. And it's just one of those things where if you do it over a long enough period of time, then you'll get good at it. It's just, as long as you don't quit, you can't fail.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just one of them.
Exactly. But I do think, let's talk about sort of people's opinion on Forex trading. So obviously I've tried to explain it to, you know, my family members and so many people, you know, why are you doing this? There's nothing in it. It's gambling. That's one of the most annoying things that we hear, is that, you know, you're gambling. How can you be gambling on something you put so much time and effort into? Okay, the market can really do what it wants to, but when you're, you know, consistently doing it every day, and getting knowledge from the markets yourself. The KSI, do you know? We can put him in the title because we talked about him now, innit?
KSI on our podcast. It's like doing a uni course, though. I mean, everyone expects to be an overnight millionaire from trading, and it's just not like that. You don't go to a uni course and then the next day you've got a bachelor's degree or a master's. It takes years and years and years. You know, if you look at some of the people from Phantom, they've been doing it for over a decade. You know what I mean? And they're still learning. It's always a constant learning thing. So I mean, I've been doing it 11 months, which is a short period of time when you put it into perspective. But I quit my job to just learn Forex. I had a buffer of cash, and I just quit my job, and I still had a bit of money coming in from the business, even though, whatever happened with that. So I was doing it pretty much 6 days a week for, I don't know, 15 hours a day, 16 hours a day. I had like a couple of months off where I think I just overworked myself and I needed just a bit of a break, and then I sort of forgot about it for a couple of months, and then I got back into it, and I don't push myself to the limits I used to, because you just get worked out. Like, you get to a certain point and you hit a brick wall, and you're like, so that's it, burnout, isn't it?
But again, like, let's be realistic here. So obviously we're in different positions. Obviously you still live at home. I'm 26, you're 23.
Yeah.
I have a daughter, 9-month-old, and I live in my own place. So obviously there's different circumstances there, and obviously I need to provide the income to support my family. So it's not just as easy as that for me to, just completely knacker everything off for Forex. So I've had to do part-time jobs. I've had to, like now, just recently starting an Amazon delivery driving job just to bring in the income whilst I'm doing this. But I would say that Forex does require a lot of your time. So, if you're working every day, you're not going to really be able to take full advantage, especially on our course. You need to be watching the videos, back testing.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say if you can put an hour aside.
For videos and stuff.
And then do like half an hour.
It doesn't need your full attention. It doesn't need your full attention. You can still do it. Because look at Steve. Steve works in the day.
And Steve makes ridiculous percent, and he works in the day, and he just trades from his phone.
Which is one of our members in our Discord.
He's the one that actually introduced me to Phantom. What was I going to say then? Oh yeah, like most people have at least 2 days off a week, or some people 1 day. But it's not, just watch a video after work or before work or on your lunch, or start a video and perhaps back test some of it. Get to learn the concepts, and then eventually you can start trading from your phone, like Steve does, and still does, and he's really successful with it. And then when you've learnt the concepts more and a bit more confident, then you can start, I don't know, perhaps slowing down your work rate, or build up 6 months worth of cash to have as a buffer, quit your job, and then you've got something to fall back on. Yeah.
I mean, there's the guy there, the one that went to my first school, the one that signed up to the course, Kyron his name is. He actually it looks like he's an engineer in some sort, and he actually watches his videos on his breaks. He recently bought a tablet, so obviously watching on your phone, it's not as great.
She's got the spotlight.
Yeah, I know, imagine. So he's bought a tablet which he's invested in to make it easier for him to watch videos and take in things. He's got a laptop so he can back test, but he works 6 days a week, so it just shows that if you're willing to put the effort in and you can find time for it, like Owen said, it doesn't have to be like your full attention. You can just do an hour a day or 2 hours a day, whatever time you can make. Don't make excuses and say, I don't have time, can't do this, can't do that. Just like people that are lazy, that don't go to the gym. I mean, we don't go to the gym at the moment because we have so much work.
I've got about 5 operations coming up as well.
So you're quite
crippled.
Yeah, basically. But it just depends how much you want it. Obviously people say, oh, can you really trust this Forex and stuff like that? It's about how much work you want to put into it and get out of it, really. Obviously we know that the rewards are there from other Forex traders.
Just seeing what other people do.
Yeah.
That do trade exactly the same as us. So if they can do it, why can't you?
I mean, if I can do it as well.
Yeah.
I am quite.
Not quite.
It's like no, it's like
my guy's thick, man.
No, it's like George and Lenny. That's what it's like, isn't it?
Is, yeah.
They'll be putting a gun to my head soon. But if I can do it, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't make excuses. You've just got to really just get your head down, put in the work, and then the results will show, just like anything in life.
Just give it time as well. Just don't give up on it.
Don't rush things. You can't rush things.
This is the last question.
Yeah, last question now, because it's probably be like a 20-minute video.
What do you struggle with most in your trading? I think for me, especially at the start, it was the psychology, because supply and demand and our strategy is about 20% of it, and the other 80% is actually being able to get it down in a live market. So it was at the start, it was the self-doubt and the sort of I weren't really prepared, and I didn't really know exactly what to do and what to look for, and I used to be scared to take losses as well. But at the minute, it's just a loss is part of trading. It's you can't have a football match and expect not someone to score against you. Do you know what I mean? It's it's inevitably going to happen one day, and it's just part of the process.
Yeah.
So you've got to learn from it, and when you have a loss, go to that loss and say, okay, well, why did I get swept there, or why was I on the wrong side of the market?
Yeah, I think mine would be FOMO, fear of missing out on trades. Just because when I was doing my challenge on FTMO, I was just entering stupid trades, not really ticking everything that fit the plan. Just getting impatient.
You were the inducement in it. You became the inducement.
Exactly. If you don't spot the inducement, you become the inducement. So, liquidity, inducement or liquidity.
Well, inducement is a posh word for early sellers and early buyers.
Yes.
So you were an early seller and an early buyer.
Exactly. So I think patience came into it with me, which I didn't. I've learned to have a lot more now. But when I was doing the FTMO challenge, I wasn't really patient. I was just looking to jump in. FOMO, like I said, it was just really. So it's just really for me about working on my patience and discipline.
Patience, focus, discipline.
That's it. Yeah, that's one of your slogans, isn't it? It's just really just working on that for me, which I'm trying to knuckle down on now, because obviously the more patience and discipline you have, the better of a trader you can become.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I've been Ace of Trades.
Yeah, is that it then?
Yeah.
You just want to
up to me, actually. Yeah.
It just ended.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. If
I've been Ace of Trades.
No, we're not just ending it like that, bro. We've got to just be like, subscribe, please. Subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Yeah.
Links down below for the socials.
Turn the notification bell on just in case we upload.
I've been Ace of Trades. This is Vision FX.
It's not Vision FX, but it's Viz FX. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, and we'll see you in a bit. Great.